the next thing we need to do once we get a wavetable that we like is set up the modulation. So let me load, let's get something really wild here. Sure, let's do that. Now let's get something a little weirder. Cool, I like that one. Okay, so let's set this up to modulate as I play a note. Now there's two ways we could do it. We're going to go over here, mod sources, modulation sources. Here are our options for modulation. We have an envelope, another envelope, an LFO, and another LFO. Okay, now remember, an envelope is going to go in this ADSR shape. Attack, decay, sustain, release. That's the ADSR. Okay? You have a lot of control over this shape, but it's generally a one-time thing. It's going to happen once when the note is triggered. We can sometimes loop it. Here we go. So we can loop it to keep happening. But we're still kind of in this ADSR shape, even if it loops. So if that's the kind of shape we want for our modulation, we would use an envelope. If we want something that's just going back and forth, or in this case, up and down in a fairly consistent way, then we want an LFO, because that's what LFOs do, right? They go up and down and up and down. So I'm going to say I want it to go up and down and up and down. Okay, so I'm going to use an LFO. So I'm going to use LFO 1. Now, in order to apply this, I have a little bit different mechanism to do that than we have in some of the other live synths. What we have is this thing called Matrix. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Matrix. I'm going to go to oscillator 1 position. That's this. Okay, you can see it going up and down. Okay, so what I want to do is go to that parameter, oscillator 1 position, and then I want to go over to the column that I want to use to modulate it. In this case, LFO 1. Crank that up. Let's go to 100% for now. Okay, now LFO 1 is now modulating oscillator 1 position. Let's go back to mod sources and look at LFO 1. When I play a note now, okay, in the ballpark. Let's adjust that a little bit. So let's take the amount down a little bit. Okay, let's change the speed of it. The speed is going to be the rate. Okay, or I could change it to divisions of the beat. There we go. And I can change the shape of it too if I want it to be more triangular or sawtooth. Square is going to be pretty boring in this case, or kind of a random. Random works best really fast. Okay. But let's go back to sawtooth, or sine wave. Okay, and then I can kind of offset it if I want to adjust where it starts. And I can modify the shape a little bit. I rather like that. Okay, so now I've got something pretty cool sounding.